What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. So guys, I got an interesting story over on the Media Takeout, and it concerns that of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Now, for the last 4 months, we understand that this Hollywood couple has seen some tumultuous times. We know the Chris Rock slap, if you will.
Oh! That was a nice one, okay.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth!
Oh! He slapped her!
But not many of us were kind of hoping that Will Smith would leave Jada Pinkett. And of course, all signs show that Will Smith indeed will be staying. And according to sources, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett are undergoing intensive counseling. Marriage is now going better than ever. Now, I kind of want to talk about this as far as black men and black men dealing in relationship counseling. Now, first of all, marriages and relationships in this world today, is it safe to say that they don't benefit men at all? Okay, on average. And if relationships have a point where there's some trouble going on in the relationship, who are the people giving out the advice? More often than not, these relationship counselors are women. Okay. Now, it is very understandable, and for many of you guys who understand and been there, that most relationship counselors, when problems are going on, they're going to tell the men to be more understanding, to be more patient, while the woman is not going to be held to the same level of accountability, putting more pressure on the man to make the relationship work. And here's what I found out from many guys. Dr. Tierson Johnson, I've talked to him about it in his own experience. You will go home and you will implement the changes that for the problems you're having with your spouse, only for it to be a temporary fix. But then what you find out is that the treatment is getting worse. Let's say, for example, it's the classical sexless marriage. Now, some of you guys, if you've been married, there's a point that you've reached in which you know what I'm talking about. The relationship is sexless. Some guys have gone through it for months. Some guys have gone through it for years. I've experienced, some of my buddies have told me about this before. I have some relatives in my family that have gone through this before. And then the one thing that I think that guys do wrong is then go to relationship counseling because your wife won't fuck you. Okay? So you go to counseling, and then the counselor hears that your wife doesn't want to have sex. You're going to hear all the, things like, well, I love him. I don't know when. And then what is the counselor going to tell you? Oh, be patient with her. Don't pressure her. Don't bother her about it. Let it come. Enjoy other things and stuff like this. When the reality is this: the lady doesn't want to have sex with you. But now if she meets somebody else who doesn't have the history that y'all have, it could be something that you've done wrong, you've lost some trust or whatever, she's not turned on by you anymore. She can meet a guy 30 minutes down the street who makes her completely horny again. You're the one that's taking care of her. You're paying the bills. You're doing all these things. And you're trying to make it work because why? You remember how things used to be. That's how most guys stay in things with women, even when they change. We go back to how it used to be, hoping and praying to get back there, trying to work there. We're invested. We have money involved. We got kids involved. And then what do you see? You actually get nothing. Then you start arguing again. You get nothing. When maybe a male counselor would say, well, look, maybe you need to move out the house. Don't talk to her. Separate. Go see other people. And see if shit changes. Or leave her. She's not going to screw you, leave her. Now, that's a bold move, right? But it's going to demand your respect. And this is what I'm seeing from many men in relationships. Relationship counselors, from what I see, they're leading men down a path to be more beta. And let me tell you guys something, all right? To be a guy like Will Smith, to make $300 and something million in a year, to be with a woman, to make a woman happy that you can never make happy. Obviously, she'll never be happy. I would say screw her. He probably can't do that because he's so invested in money and everything like that. What I'll tell you is this. If your relationship ever needs to get to counseling and you feel like it's biased, why are you wasting your time to pay somebody to make your life more miserable? If the woman has already made a choice, a conscious choice, and you got to go to counseling to fix the choice, get rid of her. All right? Want to make somebody change their mind quicker? Get rid of them. That's the only thing you can do. Okay? If you've been in a relationship with somebody for that long, you've taken that much disrespect, you're still a person that's not to be respected. People not going to start respecting. People could tell you all day they love you. Do they respect you? Do they listen to you when you ask something? Do you have, as a man, power in the relationship? Not saying that women can't have power, but do you have it? If you don't have power in the relationship, there's an issue with that. It needs to be fixed. You are still a man. God ordained you to be a man. And if it's ever in a situation, in a relationship, and you're not the man anymore, she don't need to be your woman. Because she got to be following your rule, especially if you're a man. I'm not trying to say you haven't made no mistakes, because we do as men. Being a man is a lifelong journey, and you never stop learning. But now, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, you're taking care of that woman, you are looking after that woman, you are at least attempting to meet her emotional needs, you're being competitive, you're doing more than you think the other men would do for her, and you're not getting your participation, by the time you go to the counselor, that counselor may or may not make you feel that way. Go ahead and save yourself some situations and separate from her and let her go deal with somebody else. Some of you guys are letting these women ruin your lives. And I'm going to tell you, some of them are going to ruin their own life. You are going to let them ruin yours. And before they ruin mine, somebody going to learn today. You're going to get you don't get up out of here with the bullshit. Absolutely not. You will not ruin anything over here. And for some of you guys, and you feel like things have changed, you feel like you've lost traction, don't be afraid to cut that water off, man. Don't mean you don't love them. Maybe you come back and try again a year later or whatever. Get your respect back, bro. And if your relationship counselor ain't gonna tell you that you need to get your respect back, and I get it if you have kids, I get it if you have, investments together, that's a little different. I know you will, that's something that you're taking into consideration. But at the same time, whatever you gotta do to get your respect back, get it. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first clip at the top, and as you know, the before remains an all-time high. I'm out.